Hey, this is BT, and this is the Tea Time T2 review of MotoGP and MOTEGI. This one's going to be a tough one because this is a lot of bad news. You saw dreams crushed. You saw this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be like telling jokes at a funeral on Christmas morning. It's like, hey, he was a great person. We all loved him. Okay, let's open them presents. Cut that turkey up. It's like, what? Are you serious? That's what this is like. So this is going to be a tough one, but we're going to get through it. First of all, Moto 3. Oh my, Louis Salam rides perfect races. Damn near, and if he doesn't win, he's smart. He gets a podium. The one race, 2 races from the championship, the penultimate round, what happens? He gets into trouble. Isaac Vinales, the cousin of Maverick Vinales, flies over his head. The bike hits him, knocks him out. I just find it kind of ironic that the guy that's after your championship, his cousin slid and hit you. That's kind of like that's some mafia gangster stuff right there, right? Tell you what you do, Isaac. Tell you what you do. You don't have a chance to win a championship, but your cousin does. That's all I gotta say. You do what you gotta do. But that was terrible, man. I feel for Louis Salam, and he tried to come back like a champion. He got back up, got on his bike. He didn't even go, damn. He got back up on his bike, tried to make it. He didn't, but man, you gotta love what he did. That kid has guts, and he's got balls. Cojones. He's got gigantic cojones. Tom Sykes, you have got yourself a partner. You say you got huge balls? Louis Salam has huge balls. He got back on that bike and rode. God bless him, man. And then he crashed out again. That was his race out. And then Alex Rins had a chance to not really wrap it up, but put himself in a position to wrap it up the next week. And what happens? He wrecks and falls. So you think, Maverick Vinales, here's your chance to win your first GP since Le Mans. And what happens? And what did I say? Alex Marquez, once you get that taste of a podium, you're gonna get a victory. And he got a taste of that podium. And let me tell you something. That's the scariest thing in the world when you're racing and you think, okay, Rins is out. All right. Okay, Salam's out. I'm good. And then you see, what? Marquez? Are you serious? Marquez, the brothers Marquez are your worst nightmare. You know your worst nightmare is a black guy with a badge who can swim? Well, the biggest nightmare for Maverick Vinales is that Alex Marquez is in that race. And Marquez got on Rins' nerves. So you know he don't give a damn about you, Maverick. He don't give a damn about his teammate. He damn sure don't give a damn about you. I mean, serious, bro. So anyway, props to him for Maverick for getting second. At least he got a podium. But for Alex Marquez, man, great job, Alex Marquez. And then he got the Marquez smile, and that kid is a killer. And he got on Rins' nerves to the point Rins was like, "I'm trying to win a championship," and Alex was like, "I don't care." So it's gonna be great. Valencia is gonna be awesome. Moto 3, Moto 2. Oh my God, I was almost in tears. First of all, watching Rabat, the way he crashed. It reminded me of Tomazawa. If you watched that race, that fateful day in Mazzano, when Tomazawa crashed, I watched it, and that brought that memory back, and I'm not going to lie, my heart stopped. And then when Scott hit him, that just, if you didn't see it, I hope you saw it. I don't want to talk about it. But just seeing Scott laying there, and that dream is gone. He worked so hard to come back, and that just crushed me, man. And all I can say is, Scott, I know you probably don't watch my videos, but man, my heart bleeds for you, buddy. You did what you had to do to come back. You were racing a good race, and it happens. And Rabat, I love that dude. If you saw my picture on Facebook, remember me and Rabat together. If you don't like Tito Rabat, dig a hole, jump yourself in that hole, give me a call on my cell phone. I will come over and dig and put some more dirt over that hole so you get buried alive. Because nobody dislikes Tito Rabat. He's a good guy, and I feel bad for him too. Have some hard crashes, and I know it sounds bad. Not trying to be bad, but and the rider who fell also, the guy from I think Indonesia. I don't know his name, and that's bad. But he crashed too. He got carted off, but I think he's okay. So my bad. I don't know his name, but it's a really hard name, and he's not in the top 20, so I don't know his name, and I'm sorry. I know that's bad, but MotoGP. Let me tell you something. Lorenzo, say what you want about Lorenzo, but man, he is showing why he is a champion. He tried to get in Marquez's head. I don't know if he got in his head, but let me tell you something, man. He laid that pace down, and he wore his ass out. One of the few times I saw Marc Marquez get his ass wore out. Granted, he was hurt from that crash, but he wore his ass out. Marquez makes it tough for himself. Everything he's done from 125 to Moto 2, when it gets down to all you got to do is win the championship, do this, do that, he'll crash. He'll do something to make it harder than it has to be. He always does, and this is no exception. But the champion Lorenzo, say what you want to say, Lorenzo's like, bring that fight on. Remember when they were coming up, going on the sighting lap, they were coming around to get on the grid, and Lorenzo went like this to him. He went like this, and Marquez was like, yeah, okay. And so Marquez ain't afraid of the fight, and you can tell by the podium how like Lorenzo was kind of happy and when they spray champagne, there's a little animosity there between Lorenzo and Marquez, and they don't really talk to Marquez. How Lorenzo and Pedrosa kind of buddy up. And they'll like kind of leave Marquez out of the loop, but it's all right. And I'm Marquez like, yeah, it's okay. I got my brother. And in 2 or 3 years, when my brother races MotoGP, we'll wreck the whole field. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. We don't care. And now I love that attitude. Valencia is going to be great. Rider of the race. The rider of the race will go to Alex Marquez. The kid did it. I told you, I called it. He got a taste of it. It's like when you date a really hot chick. You go, hey, I can date another hot chick. And that's the way it was for me. You know, I dated a hot chick and I go, oh, BT can do this. So now when I talk to hot chicks now, I'm like, yeah, I've dated a couple of hot chicks before. You're nothing special. But anyway, so props to Alex Marquez. Props to Paul Espargaro. Sorry I didn't get that out when I talked about Moto 2. It was more about Scott. But Paul, you did what you had to do. You won the championship and you won the race. And that right there speaks volume. He could have played it safe, let Callio win, but he won the race, and he won it in fashion too, man. That dude put the pedal to the metal, as we say when we race cars. That's 1970s. How much am I dating myself? Put the metal to the metal and let them truckers roll 10-4. But he did a great job. Paul Espargaro, good job. Marquez, Lorenzo. This battle might go on for the next 3 years. That's what I'm going to say. Lorenzo ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, eh? He ain't going nowhere, eh? All Spanish battle, Valencia, November 7th. This is going to be great. They should start off with Moto 2. That championship's already done. Start off with Moto 2, then Moto 3, and then MotoGP. Moto 3, for the championship, I think I got to go with, you know what's weird? I think I'm going to go with, Maverick Vinales. Maverick Vinales, because the way it's shaping up and how life is, he might win that GP. He might win that GP when he has to, and that's the last race of the season. But don't count Salom. But it's going to be great. When it starts getting tight, when their asses start getting tight, like Michael Jordan said, it's interesting what's going to happen. I'm going to say Vinales wins Moto 3, and I'm going to say Marquez wins in MotoGP. It's going to be great. I can't wait to get my next BT Tea Time T2 review. As you watch this, please give me a review. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if it sucked, if it was too long, if you didn't like it, whatever. And before I get out of here, Ben Spees, my heart goes out to you, man. I know Vivian, cheer up. I know that was your dude. And that hurt my heart, too, when I saw it. So, Ben, I know it's tough for you, and I hope you and your mother, I hope you're at peace with your decision. I love seeing you guys at the GP. I know I make fun of you on here, but it's all in good fun. There was no animosity. Trust me, I feel for you, bro. And my Ben Spees impression is, well, you know, I just, I'm not sure it hurt, so, people don't realize what it's like. And his mother's like, well, you know, Ben was hurt. And, he'll be back, though. I mean, he's got plenty of business ventures, and he'll be back. Because that's my Ben. That's my Ben. And, of course, Lorenzo is like, Well, Ben does what he wants to do. If that's what he wants to do, I mean, I think Ben is good. If that's what he wants to do, yes. And Livio Supo is like, well, if that's what Ben wants to do, I think Ben can do that. He can talk to one of my mafia men, and we can get him to do something for Honda. Anyway, that's it for me. I know this review went way too long, but heck, I didn't talk to anybody all day, so I'm talking to you guys. So thank you for listening to my BT Tea Time review of MotoGP and Motegi, and God bless you guys. And let's talk November 7th after all the championships and all the dust is settled. All right, talk to you later. Peace.